This is the totally not us dying session.
Totally not us dying session. Welcome back for another episode of Errant Adventures, the solo actual play podcast where stories are told at the speed of dice. With me, Steve Morrison, your game master and solo player. Now come on, let's grab the dice and see where our story goes. So we find ourselves in this underground chapel, religious site, if you will. And while exploring it, we discovered some very scary things and decided we were going to leave. But our departure was blocked by a horribly envisaged elf maiden undead creature thing.
Yep.
That is facing off against us. And Elvar begins to sing an elven song to imbue his spear Oreshki with the strength of his forebears, and drives it into the chest of this creature. But it is much more formidable. It's even extreme.
I believe we named this. It was kind of like an undead vampire white kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we did pick out Revenant.
Yeah.
I like Revenant. Revenant's a good.
Yep. So, and then Taz is just kind of shaking in fear. As one does. So
I'm calculating, man.
Sure.
I'm using my wits. I'm going to improvise a weapon, and I've got the skills.
Well, Elvar has just driven the spear into her chest, and I did get a strong hit, so I retained the initiative. But what is Taz doing as this like fear is coursing through his body? Because you have to be very like reactionary here, and you're just like you know, your muscles are freezing up, you're calculating, trying to calculate.
Yeah, we're looking around. He is looking around. He's I have improviser as as an asset, and I'm 2 points in it, so he's definitely looking around to see if he can secure figuratively and literally an advantage at this point to so he's stealing himself, trying to control his breath while this looks scary as hell. Especially, Elvar's been crying blood, and things just does not feel, well, it doesn't even feel right. It's not right with the actual physical manifestation of fear in front of him. So that's what he's doing. He's trying to control his breath and looking around, and I guess we've not described it in a ton of detail, but I don't know what else is in this chamber, but he is going to start thinking and improvising a solution to the problem that would... I don't think he thinks that they need to fight to the death. And maybe this is a flight moment.
This is a flight, not fight moment.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting, too, because we have to remember we are in caverns beneath our old home. And I don't...
To the north below.
Yeah, but I don't think either of us wants this to be our final resting place. We went so far to escape this place.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
We don't want to die here. Okay, so unfortunately...
If we're going to die, they're going to follow us somewhere else.
That's right.
We'll die there.
Unfortunately, when you don't have the initiative, you cannot secure an advantage. You can only do that if you have the initiative.
All right.
But I think it kind of makes sense for Taz to have to make some sort of check to overcome this fear. And I feel like that's a face danger.
Okay.
How does that sound?
I believe you.
So do you think it's with... I don't think it's with speed, agility, or precision. Courage, maybe? Rolling plus heart?
No. He's never relied on his courage in any situation.
Ever. Okay. I mean, it could be iron, endurance.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like he is always, for being an agile, I mean, he has edge, but he's quick of mind and quick of body. Yeah. So I think he's trying to really steal his mind and find the clever way out kind of approach.
This is one of those things where he's coming up with a mantra of it's if it bleeds, we can kill it kind of thing.
I'm not sure if it can bleed right now. That's what he's calculating right now. It doesn't bleed. That's a problem, maybe?
It is bleeding from its eyes.
From its eyes. Oh, correction. Yes. It's bleeding from places that are not normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to try to face danger with my wits. I literally am trying to improvise. I think because it's a ruin, and it's a chapel, he may be thinking of trying to create some sort of environmental chaos, like looking for loose parts of, masonry or, balustrades or whatever they're called at the top, crenellations and things like that. Trying to see if there's anything that can he can dump on it, he can throw something at it, he can use the environment to his advantage to create a distraction or enough of a barrier to have him and Elvar slip out. That's where he's going to, I think, in his head at this point.
Absolutely. Well, roll it up. Let's see what happens.
Sweet. Okay, let's do this. So, weak hit. I have a lot in my momentum. I have 9. I could theoretically just burn momentum right now to do this and get a strong hit and get the hell out of here. I don't know if that's the wise choice or if I should just save it if my life is on the line kind of roll.
So, with the weak hit, you're not going to gain the initiative, but you're going to be successful in, starting to look around. I think if you burned the momentum to make it a strong hit, you could then secure an advantage to actually put in place, you notice some piece of rubble that is a little loose that you could maybe climb up and start to pry loose or something like that. But I think with a weak hit, you're shaking off the fear. You have some ideas, but there's nothing that's readily available to you.
I'll stay with the weak hit.
Okay.
I like the idea of he's kind of breathing, and this is because of the improviser asset. I need to check my gear, so I'm going to begin that process. I've actually calmed down. Okay, let's see if there's some tools. I don't think a dagger is the right tool at this point to dislodge masonry from a wall or something of that nature.
Right.
Stone in the ceiling.
Cool. So because you got a weak hit, you either have to lose a momentum, a harm, a stress, or a supply.
Oh, I feel like stress is totally appropriate at this point.
Yeah. So take a hit, -1 to your spirit.
Jeez, I'm actually at 3. Didn't even realize that.
Oh.
Little stressful situation.
That's a very stressful situation.
I had to rest after this. Nice R&R, spa maybe. Someplace not cold.
Yeah. Some like somewhere with
there's no tropics in this place, is there?
No tropics. But we might be able to find some hot springs or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So while Taz is doing that, Elvar, having stabbed with his spear, he is trying to retreat a little bit, and he's going to try and hold off this creature with Areshki, his spear, to give Taz the time to figure something out. Because Elvar knows that Taz is the clever one. Taz is the one who's going to think up something smart to get them out of the situation. He just has to keep them alive long enough to make it work. So he's holding the spear, and I'm going to face danger with the spear because I have the skirmisher asset, and that will give me a +1 to strike or clash if I get a hit. So let us roll plus iron here. So I've got a 4 for my action score, and a 4 and an 8.
Of course you do.
My challenge dice, which is a miss. And I have 4 momentum, which means I can't even burn the momentum to overcome it because it's got to be more.
Uh-huh.
So
this is your roll. You're the target dummy.
Oh boy. Okay. So I miss, which means I lose the initiative and I don't get any of the bonuses for that. And I think because I was setting up to try and hold it at bay, I think I have to clash as the creature comes charging in past my defenses. I could try to just run away and create some distance. But again, I think Elvar is concerned that he needs to buy time for Taz to figure out something clever. So I am going to, maybe against my better judgment, clash with iron. 5 for the action score, a 4 and a 6 on the challenge dice for a weak hit.
Okay.
So I'm going to inflict harm, but then I have to pay the price. So Areshki deals 2 harm, and I have the keen asset, which lets me add +1 harm whenever I strike or clash. So I'm going to deal 3 harm. That is going to be 2, 4, 6 ticks of progress, which is going to be a box and a half of progress.
What is this creature doing? We're doing a lot of stuff. And it's is it snarling?
Yeah, so it's I think what it is that it snarls. This is we're gonna envision this scene. So
because when we screw up, this is when it does stuff.
Yes. So Taz is, well, actually, I've got to roll pay the price first.
Yeah, you do that
because
first.
that is going to determine
whether it does something.
What it does to me. It's going to do something, but what it does to me. All right, so roll pay the price. It wastes resources.
It wastes resources?
Okay.
You waste resources.
Well, I think, yeah, it's the price is that we lose a supply. So I think what happens is it charges forward, and it is supernaturally fast. And like Taz is rifling through his bag looking for something that can help in this situation. And Elvar is like trying to hold the creature at bay, but it dances past the end of his spear and like closes in quick and tries to bite with these like nasty, or they crystalline teeth.
Yeah.
And which, you know, is weird coming out of like an elf mouth, you know, these like crystal,
fairly well kept, brushed daily.
Mm-hmm. And I think Elvar like basically presses the spear into the creature's chest to like hold it back as it tries to snap at his neck. And he's able to push the creature back. But I think as its like hands are like trying to grab a hold of him, they grab a hold and like tear off his bag. And so that's where the loss of resources are, is like Elvar loses at least one of his packs.
Okay.
You know, whether he has one backpack or he has, you know, a pack with a couple of like, you know, other small pouches and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But we're going to go down to 2 supply, which is good because it's much better to lose supply than to
health?
Lose all my health. And then because it is because I did get a hit on that clash, I think he brings the spear around and just kind of rakes it across the creature's stomach. And it doesn't seem to do a whole lot, but it does inflict a little bit of harm because this is an extreme foe. So each harm deals 2 ticks of progress.
Gotcha.
So that's happening, and Elvar now doesn't have the initiative, so he's going to have a hard time keeping this thing at bay. But Taz needs to check his gear.
Yeah, I'm gonna check my gear. Is that an actual roll?
It is.
Check your gear.
It is.
Actually, I want to secure it. I want to do the second one. Do I have to check my? I was doing that, and you were doing something. I actually want to secure an advantage or face danger by cobbling together an ad hoc tool or apparatus. I take 1 to momentum and 1 on a hit.
Yeah. So because you don't have the initiative right now, you can face danger to do that.
Okay. So I'm going to face danger
Yeah.
to do this.
Go for it.
So Taz, being a little clever, pulls out a grappling hook. He's got a rope and whatnot, and he says, Elvar, just hold still," and literally does like a quick loop around his spear, like basically fixes something to his spear as he's pushing this thing away, and then to your right, Elvar, Taz like, just don't move for a second, puts a piece of rope around.
I'm trying.
Goes and like whips the grappling hook to like I don't know if there's ribbing that's been carved out of this the ceiling, and there's a loose piece of rock that he's been looking at for the past 2.3 seconds.
Yeah.
And he's just going to try. He's like when I tell you to pull, and then just trying to do the improvised grappling hook, pull some stuff down, and disturb the environment a little bit to see if we can secure an advantage.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
So I'm facing danger.
Yes.
With my, I believe it's wits.
But yeah, that seems, for an improviser, that seems to make sense.
Okie dokie, let's roll the die. That's a weak hit, but I am going to make it a strong hit. I'm going to burn my momentum because I get +1 momentum on this anyway, and I get +1 on a hit. Oh, I have a 5 and a 3 and I have an 8. Add +1 and take 1 momentum on a hit, so I actually get a 9. So that's a strong hit. Because my challenge die are an 8 and a 4. Right?
What was your...
It says when I use this ability...
Oh, because you had 8 versus 8 and 4.
Yeah, and I didn't actually add it to the doohickey.
Yeah, you should get +1 before you rolled it. So yeah, so you
so
would
it's
be
a
at
9. So that's a strong hit.
So it is a
regardless.
strong hit.
Momentum's at 10.
Oh, that's good. That's going to be important. All right.
I feel like that's going to be important too.
So I think that means that you are successfully able to loop that around, and I think you can probably, with the initiative now, roll the secure an advantage. Is your goal to like give Elvar?
Yeah, because I want him to use his
bonus?
strength and pull.
Okay.
I think that's the advantage, right? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, when I say go. Like, and I think there's a quick moment where Taz, maybe even out loud, says, "Oh, that worked." As he, lodges the grappling hook on like this piece of this jutted piece of stone that has kind of broken off, and so there's a nice little latch up there.
Yeah.
And he's a skilled guy. I probably should have rolled edge on that, theoretically speaking, but it was a witful scenario.
Yeah, I think wits make sense. I feel like
Combo.
we are
2.5.
Yeah, like I don't think the hard part was throwing the grappling hook up there. I think it was like plotting the trajectory and like having the wherewithal in a very stressful situation to be like, okay, that's weak in that particular spot there, so I just need to loop it around
It's
that.
controlling his bowels and still being able to think clearly while that was happening all at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So if you want to roll the secure an advantage, that will
sure.
that will decide.
How do I do that?
Well, I think again, you're probably rolling plus wits on this.
I'm not giving it to Elvar.
So if you succeed, yeah, you can give either +1 or you can give +2 momentum to Elvar.
Okay, so this is going to be a wits thing, right?
Yep.
So I'm literally just rolling this again because
Yeah.
I got no strong hit. Jeez, and that's
All right.
that's a momentum. Sorry, I burned my momentum by accident. Apologize. I'm using the digital system, and I'm going to re-roll this as wits. Oh, it's still a strong hit. Oh, with a match.
Ooh, okay.
So I got a 5, and I rolled a 4/4. Like, as my challenge.
Nice.
I know that's special. No clue what.
Okay, so on a strong hit, you can give Elvar +1 to his next move,
Yep.
or +2 momentum.
I'm at 10, so I'm giving you... Oh, yeah, I can give you +2
You
momentum?
give me +2 momentum or the +1.
I feel like I'm going to give him some momentum. He
Okay.
needs to get that... He needs to get that magical number higher.
Okay.
6, right?
6, yeah.
Good.
So that'll move my momentum up to 6. And because you are using that secure an advantage to aid your ally, that grants me the initiative as well.
Oh.
And we got a match. So we need to figure out that gives us an extra like opportunity.
We're here for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it out loud. I'm tired of running around the foothills and the woods without coming away with something appropriate.
Yeah.
So how about one of those moments like, I'm like, go get her, Ray, kind of thing, and dab you on the shoulder, like, you need to pull and we're going to do something. And Taz is actually probably spinning around Elvar at this point. I feel like this creature is now like sideways and the door is to our left and it's facing not towards the door anymore.
Yeah.
So he's actually looking to leave. And let's say he sees something. He's out of the corner of eye. He sees like a book, a tome, a scroll, a something.
Yeah.
And says, that's interesting. And literally, like, really quickly, in the moment, it's like, whoop, and grabs whatever that is. Like, maybe this is useful.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I love that. And what I love less is that I now have to roll.
So as Taz is spinning, literally doing a 360, a pirouette around Elvar, in mid-pirouette, it's like, that's fascinating. It's let's call it a tome.
Yeah.
A metallic bound tome of some sort.
Yeah, with very clearly like elven writing
Yeah.
on the cover, and it's something we need, something we want.
I'm just calling my shot right now. It's
I
months and months of...
fully support this.
Thanks.
So Elvar is going to face danger with iron to grab a hold of the rope and try to yank down that rubble onto this creature. So here we go.
I believe in you.
6 on the action score,
Okay.
a 9, and a 4 on the challenge dice. So
Okay.
I got a weak hit. So I successfully pull down the rubble, and it crashes down. And I think there's this like moment of tension where Elvar's like pulling on the rope. The creature is like closing in, and like maybe Taz off to the side is like, you know, basically telling Elvar like, wait now, sort of thing. And he pulls it, and this debris comes tumbling down and smashes into the back of the creature, and it kind of hits the ground. But I think some of that debris comes flying at Elvar as well, as it like shatters when it hits the back of this revenant. And so I think I'm gonna, much to my disadvantage, take a harm.
Okay.
Just one though.
Just one.
So I'm going down to 2 health. And then we totally forgot to do this with your stress.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to do this now with
We can do
taking
it.
some harm.
We can do it with my stress. I got 5 health, man.
It's all right. I'm going to endure harm. So anytime you take physical damage, you have to endure harm. Anytime you take mental damage, you have to endure stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to roll plus health or plus iron, whichever is higher, which my iron is higher, thankfully.
That's right. You get like a 3 iron.
Yeah.
Full of iron.
Full of iron. So I got a 4
Eat
on
some spinach.
4 on the action score, a 3 and a 7 for a weak hit. So I just
Mr. Weak Hit.
press on. You know, I think I've rolled a 1 or a 2 on every single iron roll that I've made so far today.
Get him out of the way now.
Get up, yeah, sure. So it crashes down. Unfortunately, Elvar loses the initiative. So I think this like piece of debris hits him, and he like stumbles a little bit, and the creature like is pinned under this rubble, but I don't think it's going to be pinned under there for long. Are we running?
Hell yes.
Okay. I will defer to Taz because Taz has the initiative right now. If you would like to
Aid you, pull you along, snap out of it. What the hell are you doing?
I mean, you can just run if you want. It's gonna be a face danger to escape, basically.
Yeah, but does that leave you by yourself?
Yeah, but I can also face danger to escape.
Well, okay. I mean, if he's facing danger to escape, that means he maybe get to the door. Like he's not abandoning you.
Right. He's
changed course. I'm like, what the hell?
He's running, and if we both, I think here's the thing that we can do for ourselves. If we both succeed on our face danger rolls to escape, then we can say that we escape. And
sure,
we don't need to keep rolling face danger to like stay ahead of this creature. But if one of us fails, the other one can, come back for them.
Yeah, he's going to face danger just by running.
Cool. So sounds like a edge to me.
Yeah. And as he's running, he's like, make sure you pull the little end on the rope. And he's pointing to it. It's like a slip knot. Yeah. He's like, you're not going to, unless you want your spear. All right. Face danger. Weak hit.
Okay. So that means you succeed. You get to the door without the creature like getting you. But you have to, again, suffer a momentum loss, a health, a stress, or a supply.
What's the momentum loss?
Just 1. These are all -1.
Yeah, I'm at 10. I'll go down to 9.
Sounds good. All right, so
the slight momentum loss.
Yeah. He's maybe this is
dodging. Maybe the ceiling is now falling in.
Yeah, it's starting to weaken a little bit, and there are pieces of debris falling. It's all right. It wouldn't be the worst thing if this thing got buried down here.
And the state of affairs in this place, I think this will match the decor.
Yep. So Elvar shakes his head a little bit, and the creature, I think, is starting to like rise up from the rubble. Like it stopped it for a moment, but because Elvar doesn't have the initiative here, the creature is able to shrug off the debris and starts to rise.
Can I ask a question for the class?
Yeah.
What would it take to actually kill this thing at this point? Like, what percentage of hurt is it?
It is. We're at 3.5 boxes out of 10 boxes of progress.
Okay.
At any point,
that's admirable at this point.
At any point, we could roll, as long as we had a strong hit, we could roll to end the fight, and then you're just trusting that you get below a 1 or a 2 on at least one of the challenge dice.
And I can't use momentum on that, can I?
No.
Yeah,
So,
I think so.
The conventional wisdom is that you roll You can
Seven?
a 6.
Yeah, 6.
Six, you've got a better than half. You know,
Yes,
better
that's
than
higher
50
than
50. Yeah. You know. So it's
Yeah, no, we're good.
let's
keep
run.
going.
Yeah, let's run. So Elvar is going to try and flee with his edge of 1.
No, he's not gonna muscle his way through. I guess that's not appropriate.
That's
is
not
it?
appropriate. This is sheer just running.
Yeah, and
2
yep,
on the action score.
Yep.
So once again, roll a 1.
appropriate.
10 and a 6 on the challenge dice.
Jeez, even if you burned your momentum,
I can't.
I know.
Yeah, it's got to be more.
I can't give you momentum magically all of a sudden.
Nope. So I
Trip.
I think that is absolutely, that's the pay the price, is Elvar trips and hits the ground as the creature stands up and pounces on him.
Yeah, Taz looks back. He's like, son of a.
And
Bitch.
I think I'm going to clash again because I think the creature is like descending upon him to savage him.
I got the advantage too, don't I? So
You still have the initiative, yeah.
Initiative,
All
so-
right, did you get a strong hit on
I
your...
got a weak hit.
Yeah, so you lost the initiative.
Screw that.
Yeah, so I think we're like, you know, you're
Yeah, I'm dodging. I
delayed a little
just-
bit.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just roll this iron and hope that I can pull it around. All right, so I got a weak hit. I've got a 6 on the action score, a 10 and a
There
4
you go.
for the challenge dice. So I'm going to inflict another 6 boxes of progress. That's not right.
No.
6 ticks of progress. Another box and a half
Box
of
and a half,
progress,
yeah.
which is not bad.
Not bad.
That takes us to
5.
5, yeah. We could almost do it.
Could almost do it. I mean, at this point, it feels like we have to because you keep.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Elvar is going to be able to escape with speed, but I have to pay the price, and I'm going to roll pay the price. Here we go.
Here we go.
It is stressful.
Of course it is.
Okay, so
Spirit?
that is spirit. This is bad.
What are you at?
I'm at 4.
Okay.
Which is good because it's an extreme foe, which means I'm going to take a -4 to my spirit.
Oh, so you go.
I go to 0. This could be very bad depending on how this next roll
Could
goes.
you mind break?
Yes. Absolutely it could. So I
shouldn't be laughing that.
No, you shouldn't.
I just thought mind break would have been appropriate as a response, and apparently it is.
Yep. So I'm going to roll endure stress, which is
Good luck.
plus spirit or
Taz yells out, "Good luck!"
luck has not been with me today. Plus spirit or plus heart, whichever is higher, which is definitely my heart of, I don't know, what's my heart? 2? 1? 2? I think it's 2.
2. Yeah, your heart's 2. Your iron's 3. Your heart's 2. What'd you get? Of course.
5 on the action score. 2 7s on the challenge dice.
That's bad.
For a miss with a complication.
Of course that's a complication.
So if you miss, suffer -1 momentum.
Yeah.
That's easy. Takes me down to 5 momentum.
Okay.
If you are at 0 spirit, you must mark shaken or corrupted. Or roll on the following table. And the table does include things like face desolation and,
Yeah.
you know...
I feel like this is a good... Have
Should
you
I-
gone here before?
No.
Let's do it.
Should I roll on the table?
No, well, yeah, let's not pick. Let's let the face decide.
All right, I'm rolling on the table.
We're a important character from somewhere.
You persevere.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
Lucky, right? Always when it's the last possible moment to. See, all that crappy karma in
Yep.
rolling was for that last.
it all balances out. So
The universe is right.
I think envisioning this, Elvar trips trying
You
to
son of
run
a
out.
bitch. It would be the complete opposite for me. Roll, well, and all of a sudden at the end, dead.
I think there's like a 50% chance of getting you persevere on that
Okay.
table. So, you know, it's not
Yeah,
like,
not unlikely.
it's not unlikely.
The odds
but
are in your
still.
favor, technically.
Still. So Elvar trips and he falls over and he kind of like rolls up. And I think at this point he's lost his spear. I think that's the complication.
Yeah.
Is the spear is no longer in his hand.
Gone.
And he he trips, he falls, the creature like leaps up and leaps on him. He strikes it with the spear, dealing the harm, but then the creature like grabs the spear, wrenches it out of his hands and throws it away from him, and it clatters on the other side of the room. And then
as the ceiling's caving in.
And then this like revenant she-elf drops down on him, eyes weeping blood, and is again trying to bite at him. And I think it has like grabbed a hold of his shoulders and is like trying to pull closer and closer. And Elvar, who no longer has a spear in his hands, now has basically just crossed his arms like at her throat, and his muscles are like bulging as he strains. And I think he is staring into her weeping, bloody eyes as he is seconds from being devoured by this creature. And he is almost shaken to his core as he is trying to hold this thing off.
Oh, Taz is throwing daggers.
Okay. So that would be a clash.
Yes, let's clash it up.
Because you do not have the initiative.
Nope. So again, another edge roll. So he's gonna bust open the elvish dagger he has.
Yeah.
He's gonna whip
this is the one that you have the like magical the
dramatic reveal on a 6. It's an automatic hit, and if it's a 1, it's really bad.
Yeah.
We haven't defined that.
Whoa.
Let's find out what happens. I'm not exactly sure if I like this digital roller.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can get you physical dice for
a
this.
6 on my die.
Oh.
I have an 8 strong hit. My challenge dice were 1 and 2.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a 1 and a 2? I don't think I've had anything below a like 4 with my momentum. So
I have a strong hit in my clash and a dramatic reveal. And I get +1. Is it? I gotta look at the full definition of this, because there's something else that comes with it.
Yeah, so you can inflict an extra harm.
Oh, and +1 momentum. I thought so. So I'm back up to 10.
Nice. So you can inflict an extra harm or take +1 momentum.
No, I already get it.
But you already get
so I'm
it,
giving 1 extra harm.
Yeah.
Screw it.
So you are also going to deal a box and a half worth of progress.
6.5.
We're getting close.
I like to think that the roof is helping. It keeps hitting this creature too at the same
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
4.
Yeah.
Environmental chaos.
Yeah. Okay. So
and it's on top of you, so it's taking all the falling.
Oh
crap.
yeah. It's like and he's just like trying to hold on for dear life.
So a dagger flies, hits this creature square. And
what's the special like circumstance?
A reveal.
Do we just want to roll?
Yeah.
On the oracle?
Because I have all sorts of ideas. It could reveal something about the dagger. It could reveal something about the creature.
Yeah. Let's just roll action and theme.
Does it say dramatic? It does say dramatic. It's a dramatic reveal. So this can't be a mundane reveal. This has got to be some sort of drama-based reveal.
Hunt innocence.
What the hell does that mean? Hunt innocence, huh?
Yeah. So, according to the book, when you get a 6, the power of the rarity manifests. And I don't think we've defined that yet, have we?
No, it just says dramatic reveal, and I get an automatic. As we defined it previously, it's an automatic hit regardless of the challenge die.
Right.
With a +1 momentum.
Yes. What does this dagger do? Because you can basically add some sort of bonus to it, and that could be, adding extra harm to it. It could be. There could be some sort of special
hunt
move.
innocence. So I'm gonna do the inverse. I'm just thinking about it. So maybe it has a special property against wicked or evil creatures.
Okay.
So it hunts on behalf of the innocent.
Yeah.
So there's a property within this dagger. Maybe the dagger, we haven't really defined it. So maybe the dagger is obviously it's magical, but it has the carved runic script, ancient Elvish, that has been carved all up and down the hilt and the actual blade of this dagger. So it looks more like a relic, like ceremonial dagger.
Right.
Not something you probably would fight with, but because of its properties, it is very magical, and it does something against the wicked.
What does it do?
I don't know.
Does it just? Do we want?
Can we roll a property, or can we just pick it out of the ether? Because it could reveal something at this moment that doesn't have to necessarily happen now.
Right. I mean, I would say the extreme to me would be that there's a chance, and I think it would be like an additional roll, that like an evil creature is just destroyed. Like that would be the extreme thing of like it's like a one-hit wonder, but you'd have to roll like plus heart or something that isn't like your strong to like balance that out a little bit.
Would make complete sense.
Or it could just be adding a little bit of extra harm. It could be that it gives you an ability to like sense or
I like the idea
detect.
of hunt. Kind of like the Swords of Old. They pull this in other media and books and movies. But I feel like whatever enemy it strikes, it becomes attuned to the enemy.
So once you strike the enemy, it deals extra harm?
Yes.
Okay.
There on out. It's like it remembers.
Yeah.
It remembers.
It remembers. Cool. So
I don't know if I like the idea of my dagger remembering things, but sure.
As long as it doesn't, tell you about what it remembers.
If I don't cut myself.
Are you wicked?
Why is it? So it glows. I would like to say like it's the first time it's happened, because I think up to this point we've fought like general people, maybe or constructs or creatures which don't have like intent necessarily. I think now that we're fighting a sentient creature with wicked intent, for the first time it sticks into the head or the shoulder of this creature, and then all the runes kind of. Do I have to retrieve this?
I mean, I think so.
Can you grab it for me?
I've got my hands full.
So Taz throws it and charges in. I mean, at this point, he's going to have to help you up. So he's going to... So, but then he notices like the runes start glowing a color.
Yeah. And maybe the creature even like makes some sort of shrieking noise when the blade hits.
A ululation.
A ululation, indeed. Okay, I'm going to...
We didn't define what that means, though. So when it happens again...
Yeah, I think the next time you strike it, and maybe it's a general thing, like maybe it's any creature like this.
Yeah, if they're on out.
Yeah.
Precisely.
So any revenant that we face here on out, it is going to already be attuned to that flavor of evil. So I think I have to face a little bit of danger here to try and get out of this really sticky situation I'm in.
Do it. You got it.
So Elvar is going to... I think with that brief moment of distraction, with that blade coming in, is going to try and heft with his might and push the creature off of him with some iron. 8 on the action score, an 8 and a 4 on the challenge dice for a weak hit.
Sure.
So he successfully shoves her off, but I'm going to either have to lose a momentum, a harm, a stress, or a supply. And I'm definitely not taking the stress. So
what happens if you're at 0 and you take more stress?
You lose a momentum. So I might as well just lose a momentum.
There you
go. I think that makes the most sense, just because Elvar is kind of
shook.
Yeah, he's shook. He's on his back. He is struggling to like get back to his feet. The creature,
black red droplets of the blood on his face from the
mingling with his own, like with the blood that's like weeping out of his eyes still, and just
no bueno.
Yeah, so he is now on his feet, but he is still weaponless. So I think his next move is going to be to try and dive for the spear, which would be another face danger. Is Taz coming in to try and grab that dagger?
Oh yeah, he's literally grabbing for the dagger out of the shoulder and trying to stick it in its head. He's like gang.
So are you clashing again then, or
did I take an advantage with the strong hit? Do I get initiative or whatever?
Yes, you have the initiative.
I want to strike. I want to.
Okay.
Like it's glowing orange. It's all lit up. I'm like, I'm feeling it right now.
Okay. So
I'm kind of worried too. I'm thinking, oh, this thing's an elf. Like it possessed an elf. Like Elvar is half elvish. Can you half be possessed?
It's a good question.
Does it matter if you're an elf?
Does it matter indeed?
This is Taz thinking in his head as he's like charging in, you know, dodging rubble. Things are falling in.
Yep.
Wham.
Okay.
All right.
So I think because you have the initiative and because you're basically just grabbing the dagger and like pulling up, you don't have to like make a move to grab the dagger and then strike.
It's one of those like Chronicle Riddick things, like wham. He's just ready to like, hit the dagger where he thinks the head's going to be.
Exactly. Unfortunately, because you're in close quarters, you got to roll plus iron.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sure. But I can use my momentum on this.
Hopefully. Just don't roll double 10s.
Okay, so it's a miss, a 4 versus a 4 and a 5, but I'm burning my momentum.
Yeah,
I'm getting a 10
This is a great time to burn some momentum.
with the glowy dagger thing.
Yeah, so
Wham!
it deals an extra harm,
Yep.
so that's going to be another box and a half. So we are at 8 boxes of progress.
Do it.
Elvar is going to try to grab his spear, and I'm going to turn the tide. So once per fight, when you risk it all, you may steal the initiative and make a move. When you do, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit.
God, I hope this works. This would be so.
Yep.
Chef's kiss.
So Elvar is going to sprint past the creature, and I think it like lashes out at him and barely misses.
Which is why Taz gets the momentum, like he
Yep.
he was about to miss, and then the head turns just right. Wham!
Yep. And then
The dagger stuck in its head.
Elvar sweeps up Areshki, spins around, and turns and goes to drive the spear into the creature's heart with a strike, because I can't end the fight
Yeah.
after turning the tide. I have to make another move. But
That's the move.
I'm going to strike with +3 and +1 because of the turn the tide. So that's going to give me 4 to this. 10 on the action score. A
No kidding.
6 and a 1 on the challenge dice for my first strong hit.
like we said.
Like
when
we
it,
said.
When it counts.
When it counts. Okay, so
It's like he has to be mortally wounded, facing death
Yep.
to do anything.
strong hit
Mhm.
lets me inflict +1 harm. I'm going to put my momentum
So
up. So
this is-
because I have the keen, I get 4 harm, which is going to be 2 boxes of progress, which means we fill this track up.
Look at us.
Would you like the honors since you have the Revenant killing dagger and we both have the initiative?
Yeah.
Would you like to end this fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Elvar, I think let's roll it before we
Before,
yeah.
who knows what could happen?
we could roll 2 10s.
A strong hit. 10 versus 1 and 9.
Ooh, all right.
Whew.
So, on a strong hit, the foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed, out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation and your intent.
I feel like you stab it with the spear. It's still kicking. I'm like, what the fuck? What? And he literally does one of the, like, he's quick. He does like this repeated stabbing motion in the head. He goes, wham, 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 wham. And like the head kind of caves in a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. And like that eye that's caved in sort of like turns towards Taz. And then it starts to crumple a little bit. And then that mist flows out of it.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the moment where, you know, the body's like kind of decomposing in front of him, and then there's this weird, maybe let's make it like a red mist.
Yeah.
Kind of pinkish red mist starts to like flow out into like a pile of this rubble that's falling down. And this is the moment like, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, I think it even maybe as it's flowing out, it starts to like try to move towards Taz, because Taz is the closest with the dagger. And then it like gets close to where the dagger is in his hand, and then it like repels a little bit.
Sweet.
And then that's the point where
He
it's
starts like slashing at him with the
Yeah.
dagger, like, ah!
yeah, and then we just get the heck out of there.
Yeah, we're running. Do we have to make any sort of avoid the rubble roll?
So we successfully completed the mission.
We did, and I grabbed a book too. I grabbed a book.
We grabbed the book. Did we ever actually finish the delve, or I think that was that a complication? Like, is that one of those things where we continued exploring,
Yeah.
and then we came across this? So we haven't actually finished the delve.
Completely.
So do we want to roll on that? We've got 8 out of 10 progress.
Yeah. Let's roll on that now.
All right. Do you want me to roll that?
Yeah. Let's say it's starting to like, there's rumbling and shaking going on.
Strong hit.
Sweet.
So, and I think this is going to solidify that book, that tome that you found, that you grabbed, is the thing that we came here looking for. So, on a strong hit, you locate your objective and the situation favors you. Choose one. Make another move now and add +1, or take a momentum. We are going to make another move right now, which is escape the depths.
Bust a move.
Yep. And we're going to add +1 to that. I think we're probably trying to find the fastest way out.
Yeah.
So I don't know that this is 100% in the rules, but I'm going to give you that +1 and I'm going to let you roll the edge.
But what's your momentum?
5.
Yeah, well, mine's 3, but it's an edge roll.
Yeah. You're going to be rolling at +3 because of your edge versus my +2.
Okie dokie.
Also, I've used up all my good luck with
Weak hit.
Weak hit. Okay.
Got a 5 versus a 9 and a 1.
Oh, all right. So on a weak hit, you find your way out, but this place exacts its price. Choose one. Endure harm. Endure stress. You are delayed and it costs you. You leave behind something important. You face a new complication as you emerge from the depths.
Yes, of course we do.
Or a denizen plots their revenge.
Oh, that's the best. Of course, you knew what was coming.
I did. Yeah.
Of course it is.
Of course.
This is like the cinematic shot where it's literally collapsing behind us, and we went through that like little rift that we found. Like there was that dais where that body was. Let's assume that that's gone. That may be the creature that followed us.
It's a different one.
Oh, it is a different one?
Yeah, we established it was a different one.
All right, so that creature's still there.
Yeah, but its eyes are open.
Oh, yeah,
now.
exactly. We're
and
like,
it's like eyes are like,
no. Get through, run through the cave and whatnot. It's collapsing. And it's that shot where we're running out, the Indiana Jones kind of thing. Things are collapsing, but then there's a mist kind of like trailing behind us a little bit, kind of swirling in the darkness.
Yeah. All right.
Do we just make an enemy out of a supernatural horror?
Oh, yeah. We've made a few enemies.
I feel like this is a great place where it starts possessing creatures to come after us.
Yeah. I was originally thinking that like these things couldn't escape from this place. And so I wonder if it needs someone to like come
Correct.
down.
So somebody comes up, months later, there's a the poor mountaineer traveler or somebody exploring and gets possessed. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Do we just create a horror show?
I think so. Yep. Oh boy, that was rough. But we made it. We survived.
Woo-hoo! We survived.
Yay. We are also going to mark another box of progress on our vow to seek out elven lore. So we're sitting at 6 out of 10 progress on that. I think if we...
That's only one. A magical tome in this place is a 1 box.
It's a formidable...
It's a formidable task.
Formidable vow.
It may, it's definitely magical, or it might not be magical, but something cool, but it might not have anything to do with what we need.
Yes.
How to ascend to godhood. We don't need that.
I mean,
in time.
So are we going to go back to...
Blabbermouth Inn?
Yeah.
I don't know, what did he call it?
I don't remember.
He's our former orphan who built an inn on the grounds where we've basically established that we burned this place down.
Yeah, the meeting stone.
The meeting stone.
Yeah, Keown the Talker.
Great nickname.
Oh yeah.
We trusted to tell him. We didn't know that was a nickname.
Yeah, no, we didn't know that.
After the fact.
So are we going to go to Frostcrag and like rest and recover? Or are we just going to start our journey back?
You and I have a history of this place. We don't want to go back to there if we can help it.
Yeah. All right. So,
that's my thought.
I agree.
We're literally we'd rather survive the wilds than go back home.
It's true. So we need to make our journey back.
This isn't like a nostalgic thing. Some people are nostalgic about home.
No.
Taz and Elvar,
not
so much.
So our journey back to Woodwatch, I'm just going to say it's troublesome. I feel like that's...
Can we rest? Can we recover? I guess we have to actually get to civilization to do that properly.
I mean, we can make...
Because you're in bad way with your spirit.
I'm pretty messed up, but we can make camp. Now that we're out of the depths of this cave.
Taz didn't get touched.
Lucky you. This is why our partnership works so well, because I take the brunt of all the damage and
I stab things in the head.
Figure it out. Stab. So we can make camp. So when you rest and recover for several hours in the wild, roll plus supply, which our supply is only 2 right now.
And Taz cannot shut off about the dagger. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have to endure another level of stress or harm for a good day or 2 of him talking. It glowed! Like, and there were runes on it. You see these faint things? They glow.
I'm going to face desolation with this conversation.
You think you're magical?
I feel like we could play this one of two ways. We can resupply and then make camp. And that just basically represents us escaping and like hunting for like food and stuff like that. And then we can camp. Or we can just straight up make camp and then, roll at +2 instead of potentially rolling at more than +2.
Well, let's resupply.
Okay.
And we'll hunt.
It's a wits. Do you want me to do it or you want to do it?
I'll do it. I got 3 in wits, man.
Go for it. So while he's talking about this, he's
strong. He's like, this is the perfect.
setting up
This
traps.
is the perfect time, by the way, where he'd be talking in the woods by himself with a dagger and he gets waylaid. But unfortunately, or fortunately for us, strong hit 5 with a match, double 1s on the challenge die.
All right. So that's pretty darn good. So that means we're going to...
Does it matter what the match is if it's double 1s? Double 1s match, badass.
So
we find a smuggler's cache of everything we could possibly need.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically if you get, like, the further away the match is, the better it is.
Okay.
So if you get, like, you roll a 2 on your action score and you get double 10s, like, a double 10 match is orders of magnitude worse than a double 3 match in that case.
I get double 1s, man.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. So I guess we should probably roll to see if, what...
For resupply. Wow. Taz is just flying high right now. He sees all. He's probably talking like this now. It's going to become a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem.
Let's get the eyes of an elf.
Support rumor is what I got on action and theme.
Support rumor. Oh, that'd be interesting. Okay, maybe, just maybe, this area is legendary for something. Like a this would be really funny. Not like a treasure, but like a Captain Kidd kind of thing. There's a band of outlaws that were that did exist for decades and maybe disappeared a few years ago or a decade ago. But there's a rumor that there is wonders hidden away and stored throughout the hills. Maybe they do find a little tiny cave with a little false door. Taz is like finds I don't know stuff.
Yeah.
That supports a rumor.
It does support a rumor.
In a resupply.
I feel like we should just go ahead and bump our supply all the way back up to 5.
Sure.
With that.
Yeah, I joked about it, but maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's just an extra little bump of supply.
And Taz talks even more. It's the dagger. I followed it. I was talking about it, and like it felt like the point went in that direction, and that's
yeah. All right, sure. I don't know why you get the magical dagger. You get a magical
spear.
Dagger.
You still have to unlock it. I mean, you got to do some badass shit like I did. But I mean, you'll get there, man. You'll get there.
Right. Right. Just some
Maybe
more
I
badass
have elvish
stuff.
blood. Huh.
No.
Is that possible?
No, that's my thing.
Yeah, Taz is being complete twit about it.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we can make camp. We can roll plus supply.
Okay.
That's about right.
Weak hit.
8 on the action score, 9 and a 3 for a weak hit.
Sure.
So on a weak hit, we get to choose one. Each of us gets to choose one. Take +1 health for you and any companions. I think companions in this case is if we had like an asset that gave us like a friend or something like that.
Got it.
So I think each of us gets to pick one of these.
Got it.
So take +1 health, suffer -1 supply, and take +1 health. Take +1 spirit, take +1 momentum. When you break camp, add +1 to your undertake a journey.
I'm taking spirit.
I'm going to take a spirit as well. So I'm
up
to 1.
I'm up to 4.
Okay.
We're feeling good about ourselves.
Pretty all right.
Taz breaks every once in a while. You okay, man? One of those little moments of clarity where he's not thinking about himself and actually realizes that Elvar is still kind of pasty white and not looking so hot.
Yeah.
Still has like some crusty blood around his eyes a little bit. You should clean it up, buddy.
I've tried. It won't come off. So we're going to undertake a journey. And this is going to be plus wits.
Strong hit.
Nice.
Ooh, a 9 versus an 8 and a 1.
Oh. So we're going to reach a waypoint, and then we can mark progress, or we can mark progress and take +1 momentum, but suffer -1 supply.
Sure.
Okay.
When we got fully supplied, I think we're feeling generous about our...
Yeah, absolutely. So
4.
Let's see what our...
I have 4 momentum, 4 spirit, 4 supply, 5 health, fortunately.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, you took a beating, man.
I did. As I was supposed to.
Yeah. You took more physical harm against the mercenary guy.
I did.
You took a lot of psychological harm with that one hit from the...
It was really close. It could have been really bad.
Yeah, he could have rolled the bad side of that table and had broken Elvar. I thought we would get to the point where it possessed you.
That's kind of where I was thinking it was going to. Foreboding Grave is our waypoint.
Sweet.
As we're making our way back.
Standing stones and cairns and mounds.
Yeah. Do we hear some sort of like...
Classic Tolkien-esque kind of moment.
Yeah. Do we hear some sort of like whisper on the wind or something like that?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Maybe there's more to that underground
network
than, and like it's tracking us underground.
Or the words out in the spirit realm. Or whatever, wherever. We don't know any details. So yeah. We'll keep it a mystery.
Cool. All right. That's... Nothing waylays us at this foreboding grave. So let's continue on.
All right, you got this.
I got
second
this.
leg.
All right.
Well, third leg, I guess.
Here we go. The second leg.
Okay.
Weak hit. 5 and a 2, or 5 versus 2 and 10. So we reach waypoint, but suffer a loss of supply. So we are at
burning through our
6
supplies.
out of 10 on this.
All right, let's do a third leg and see, and hopefully we get there.
Yeah.
We can finish this journey.
Yep.
All right, ready?
Go for it. Say we just find some like forest,
Another weak hit.
Another
8
weak hit.
versus a 9 and a 2.
All right. So we're down to 2 supply. We're kind of long story shorting this so we can get back.
Yeah, we spent a couple
this.
weeks out in the wilderness. We're burning through that cache of supplies we got. Getting low, but nothing desperate.
Not desperate at all. So we're going to reach our destination. We've got 9 boxes of progress. You want me to hit the button here?
Yep.
Weak hit. 3 and a 9.
Yeah.
So on a weak hit, you arrive.
I mean, this is rough country. This is BFE. This is
this is
out there.
Not a great place to be.
Yeah.
So you arrive, but face an unforeseen hazard or complication. Envision what you find. Ask the Oracle of Venture.
We're going back to Woodhall, right?
We're going back to Woodwatch.
So do we make it a Woodwatch? Do we want to make it about Woodwatch or make it about the journey?
I'd say we probably want to make it like something is going on at Woodwatch.
That's what I was thinking.
We've got also the mercenary who is tracking us, so he could be in town. We've got the...
Do we want to revisit that so soon?
I mean, we don't have to. I'm just offering up the options.
Yeah, we've made enemies. Hey, you're not doing anything if you're not making enemies.
That's right. There's the new steward of that town. The
old veteran that we put in charge, and then there's... What's the guy's name? Deshi or whatnot?
Yeah,
he's the actual elf.
He's the actual elf that we're trying to get back to.
I've said this before. He was by himself for a long time.
Yeah.
I wonder what that does to an elf.
I don't know, but he's where our vow is, and our vow is how we get experience. So let's not mess with him.
With that.
Since this is the only vow we've undertaken.
Did we give them the control rod, or do we have the control rod for the automatons?
No, we have the control rod.
Okay, so maybe the complication is that the automatons are not precisely a helpful solution.
Yeah, that somebody needs to control them.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that would be perfect. We arrive, and there's the veteran, up top, and he's very nonplussed with us. Let's put it that way. The automatons are doing weird ass shit. They're disassembling things. They're wandering around. They probably took apart a home at this point.
That's a great complication because we set them to a task, which was help the elf guard this place.
Yeah, so it's building up the defenses.
And they're doing things that we don't expect, like going out and taking apart people's homes. And people are like, excuse me.
Yeah, maybe there was an incident. They tried to stop one of them. They got shocked. They got, somebody got injured pretty severely. They realized that there's no sensible solution. They probably sent out people to find us.
Yeah,
we're probably like a day out, and they're sort of like, "Thank God you're here. You need to get back. These machines have gone crazy."
Yeah,
they've gone crazy. They're just building up the fort.
Yeah. So we get back, and
it's like no longer just wood watch. Wood and a little bit of stone. Where did they get all the stone?
Yeah, where is the stone coming from? I think the people are a little peeved at us. So there's some like dark...
Sorry.
There's some dark looks as
we'll build it back better.
And do we want to go ahead and go straight to Deshi and hand over this?
Yeah.
And just let's end this vow.
Let's wrap this.
All right. We've got 7 boxes of progress. I marked one more box for
Okay.
getting back safely.
This is your damn vow. So
Yep.
part of my language.
I'm gonna roll
You're
it.
going to roll it. And that's not what we call a positive luck, but is it totally negative?
8 and a 9 on
Are
the
you
challenge
kidding me?
dice for a miss.
It's not the book we need. Of course, this is what's going to happen. The vow that never ends. It goes on and on.
Okay,
We're gonna be like, I'm going to be 60 and I'm about to in my death's bed. You're like, I didn't get my revenge, but we eventually found a way to seal off that grave.
So here it is.
Yep.
On a miss, your quest is undone. Envision what happens. Ask the Oracle if unsure and choose one. You can either recommit, clear all but 1 filled progress, and raise the quest's rank by 1.
I think that's appropriate. I think we've stumbled onto something much larger than...
Or forsake your vow.
No. I think it unlocks a whole other side to this that nobody's really understood. Remember, we took a book from a place that elves were screwing with things, and then it ended up uncovering a possessive entity. We just gave over said book from said place to another elf.
Yeah. Release land is what I got on action and theme.
Perfect. I think Deshi, not understanding it, but starting to read through it, maybe, opens we have a hard time opening the book. Maybe it takes a month. I don't know. We're trying to make amends in the town, and maybe it does. We don't have to decide this now, but I think something about this book is going to start recurring what happened in the place that we were. And it has something to do with the land. Something, a power, a force, something starts to comes out. I don't know. We can think of it now.
Elvar and Taz, like you were saying, spend some time, a couple weeks, maybe a month, with the control rod, like sending the automatons to help rebuild people's houses.
What's fine, man? Just go get some trees, guys.
Yep, it's all right. And this long sort of like project is nearing completion. And Elvar and Taz are maybe like standing in the middle of town overseeing one of these final touches on
And Deshi's locked away, like reading over this tome.
Yeah.
And we're trying to seal this graveyard properly, right?
Yeah.
With this tomb.
Yeah.
I think that's the ultimate.
Exactly.
So you can walk away. And there's a reason why there's a weird reason why the elves leave behind sentries and guard these places, because apparently there's a problem with elves and they die. We've established.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And then like there's a power, there's an energy, what's going on here, and it's more like like looking over nuclear waste. No offense to the elves.
Yeah.
But that level of power that has to be monitored, and there's no good way to solve that. So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we reestablish the reason why it's complex.
Yeah. And I think Elvar and Taz are standing there, and then all of a sudden there is this rumbling that starts all around them. Remember, Woodwatch is like built into the
A little hill.
It's built into like underneath the roots of
The big
this
tree.
massive tree. And I think there's this rumbling, and then I think there's like this as cracks begin to form along the roots.
So we're like in the middle of
Woodwatch.
town, so we're kind of like looking around up and over.
Yeah. And I think Elvar looks at Taz and goes, that can't be good.
No. Taz almost starts laughing. No, that's not good at all. And then it's kind of bolt back in.
Yeah, we turn and run towards the true Woodwatch. Thanks for listening to Errant Adventures, and thanks so much to Tabletop Audio for the lovely ambient sounds and music throughout the episode. If you enjoyed the show, please spread the word, and if you want to support the show directly, leave me a review or buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/errantadventures. If you want to interact with me, I'm at Errant Solopod on Twitter and Instagram, or you can email me at errantsolopod@gmail.com. I also post campaign-related materials on my website, errantadventurespod.com. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.